Welcome back to another Realtor Spotlight. This week it's Melissa Coover. What you've been in real estate how long now?
8 years now.
8 years. And you started where though? You were somewhere else, right?
I started at Andy Janko.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Do you keep in touch with any of them?
I do see Derek every once in a while. He lives in the neighborhood across the street, so our kids kind of went to the same school. I'd run into him. But Cindy Shannon, she was actually our realtor when we were selling our house. And I had told her I had my real estate license in another state. So she said, if you ever decide to get your real estate license in Oklahoma, come talk to me because I really think you'd be great at it.
Is she still doing it?
I believe so.
I don't hear from her much.
Yeah.
So that's how you got there. Their office was in like downtown Moore or something, wasn't it?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
All right. What's the difference between there and where you are now? As far as
they were a small mom and pop shop. They had been around. They're still around. They've been around for a long time, which was great and all. And I love Cindy Shannon. She was a great teacher.
Yes.
So I'm glad I got to learn that from her. But I went to Keller Williams in between.
I knew that. That's when I think I met you.
Yeah. So between Andy Janko, Keller Williams to you, there was a big difference. From Andy Janko, I wanted to move on to Keller Williams because I think I needed a little bit more training, marketing tools that they were offering. And so once I spent some time over there, I think I was there for about a year and a half. I just realized once I took all that they were teaching me that I really could make it my own and do that on my own.
Sure.
Give myself my own name. And then when you started up your business, someone had reached out to me, Otis, said, hey, have you ever thought about coming to a different realtor office, sat down with you guys, had some talks, and here I am.
What took you so long?
Well, I didn't know about you at first. You guys had just gotten started about the same time I was transitioning to Keller Williams.
Right.
Yeah, so it really was just not knowing what was out there.
I got you. What did you do before? So you said 8 years?
Been in real estate for 8 years.
Before that, what was your life like?
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom for about 10 years.
Okay. You got two girls?
Two teenagers.
What's their names? Jaden and
Dakota.
I think I've met both of them, I think I have. One of them was in the office not long ago. Yeah,
they've both been by.
Yeah, great girls.
19 and 17.
Yeah. Are they just like you? Are they different from you? Or
they both have a little bit of my awesome traits.
Okay, which are what? What are your awesome
traits? Well, my outgoing personality.
They both seem to have that, right? I feel like they both do.
Yes, I feel like they both have an outgoing personality.
They're independent, seems to be. Have their own opinions.
Have their own opinions.
Yeah, that's good.
Sometimes very strong opinions.
That's good. You did good, I think.
But
yeah, I think they seem very confident. Both your girls do. Now that I think through that, and I've heard a lot of good things about them. Through the teachers that have been at our office have talked about them a lot. So anyway, I don't know why we got onto your kids there. What'd you bring that up for? But so what'd you do before real estate?
I was a flight attendant for Southwest Airlines.
Okay. That was it?
That's
all you've done? You went to high school and you started flying for Southwest?
Graduated high school, decided to go to school to be a travel agent. And while I was in school to become a travel agent, a couple of airlines came in and talked about different positions in the airline industry. And one of them was being a flight attendant. And I thought, I think that might be something I want to do because I'd always went back and forth from California to Oklahoma.
And that was with Southwest?
Southwest was the first company that came in and talked to us. There was also a company called Mesa Airlines that came in. I was only 19 years old. So at that time, I interviewed with Southwest and they said, well, not quite yet. And then Mesa Airlines hired me.
They're out of Arizona or something.
They are. Okay. So I moved to Phoenix.
Wow.
Never been there, never lived there in my life. Just showed up with my car packed full of stuff and showed up for training.
Wow. What was the salary?
I got paid $6.75 an hour.
That's great. But you got free flights, right?
I did get to fly for free. Yep.
Yeah.
That means that you get to fly if there's a seat open.
Yeah, I know how that works.
But
So-
at 19, that was great.
Sure.
I mean, I could go anywhere I wanted to go.
Right. And did you?
I did. Uh-huh.
International?
I went to Vegas a lot
Right.
from Phoenix.
Right. Was Mesa just they were just domestic flights, or are they international?
Mesa Airlines was America West Express. They contracted
Oh.
through American West then. So out of Phoenix, I mean, there was lots of. I basically just flew domestically. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't go international, but domestic, we went to like Aspen and Telluride and Durango and all the really cool little small
You
towns.
stayed over there. You had layovers there.
Yeah.
Or what do they call that? They don't call it a layover. What do they call that?
It's a layover.
It's a layover.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you then when did you get to Southwest? A couple years after that, or what?
Yeah, it took me almost 2 years to get on with Southwest.
Big difference.
Well, yeah, they're just a bigger company.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's a lot different.
Right. Okay. So then you
More
got your
pay.
more pay. So you're now a realtor, and you're still back at Southwest, right?
I'm back at Southwest
Which
Airlines.
do you like better?
I don't think that I like either job better. I
Right.
think they both keep me really busy. And they're very similar in the things that I do with both jobs. And one job offers flexibility and keeps me in real estate that I've been dedicated to for 8 years. And then Southwest also provides, flight benefits and other opportunities. So
Right. Right. I was thinking about your real estate. You're kind of sneaky good. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. It's like you've got all this other stuff going on in your life, and then you show up and you do 7 or 8 million. I don't know. Is that about right?
it was about 5 to 6.
6? I embellished a little bit, trying to make it look good. But it's like I don't know where you have time to do that stuff. And is you just like being busy, or what is it? I mean, do you have any downtime, or what?
I do like being busy, but I do feel like I have a lot of downtime too. But it always takes a village to do anything, whether you're raising a family or business. So I feel like I always
What
have a lot of
village was
help.
it?
A lot of help.
Yeah.
I feel like as a realtor, there's other realtors that'll help you out. If they need my help, I help them. If
That's true.
we bounce back and forth off each other. So, I mean, I don't know. Somehow I make it work.
You seem to. Yeah. What, as far as real estate goes, what is it now that you're with Whittington Realty, what's kept you here? I know you've had other opportunities to go other places. People have talked to you about what keeps you here?
Well, I like that, that we're still people to you. We're not just, a dollar to you. We're a fairly small company compared to some of the bigger companies out there. And anytime we come to the office, you or Karen or Otis are usually there. Anytime we need help, you guys answer your phones. I feel like you've kept it very kind of family orientated, personable to the other realtors that work there. So I think that's what, that's definitely what keeps me there.
That's good.
But I think as a group keeps everybody else. And we've even had some leave and come back.
Right.
Because
a lot.
Sometimes those grounds are not there at other real estate companies.
Right. No, that's really interesting that you say that. I mean, we have grown to 135, I think, agents now, but I don't know that we could ever make it feel big. I don't know how that would be. I know everybody's name that's there. I know Karen's very involved in everybody's life personally. I think those are the kinds of things that make it good.
Right.
So, but anyway, so what's something about you that we don't know? It doesn't have to be real estate. Tell me something about you that you might surprise people with saying.
Something about me. Well, I was born in Singapore. A lot of people don't know that.
That's a good one. Why were you in Singapore? Why were you folks?
My family was in the oil business.
Wow.
Yeah, so my mom and dad lived in the Philippines. They moved to Singapore for a couple of years, had me and my brother.
I've met your mom.
Yeah.
Not your dad?
No, my dad lives in Washington State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom lives here. So
she's kind of fiery little thing, isn't she?
She is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Crazy Nene.
It's a garage sale or something.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that about me, but I find it interesting because when I turned 18, I got to choose whether I would have been wanted to be an American citizen or a British citizen. But I
British? Mm-hmm. That's Singapore is British? Mm-hmm. I guess
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
But of course, I chose American because I didn't know any different at the time.
Right. Would you wish you want to go back and change that?
I don't know. I've never
would
been
that
there.
do?
It's on my bucket list to go visit.
You've never been to England?
I've never been to Singapore. No, I've never been to England
You were
either.
born there.
Well, I've been there when I
Okay,
was born, but
okay.
I've never been
How
back.
long were you there?
A year.
Okay, so then you came back to the States?
Came back to the States.
Where'd you go to high school?
Westmore.
Okay. All right. You went through elementary schools, all and more?
Most of my school years I went here, but my dad lived in California, so I went there 1 year, here 1 year, back and forth.
That was their plan?
Oh, it was kind of mine.
You just you couldn't get along with them. You went back there,
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just make new friends.
What was good about California?
I went to a really small school, so I liked that everybody just really knew everybody.
What town?
Just Jackson, California.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
it's
it near?
very kind of by Sacramento.
Oh, northern.
Yeah.
Okay, near Davis.
More towards the Tahoe area.
Okay.
In between Sacramento and
Okay.
Tahoe.
Pretty though.
Very pretty.
Yeah. I think Tahoe is one of the prettiest places I've ever been.
It really is.
Yeah, that was unexpected. I thought, holy cow,
Yeah.
this is nice.
It's really
You
nice.
still have family there or no?
No, not really.
Yeah,
No. Just a couple great aunts or uncles
I
or
got you.
third cousins or something.
And your family here is you got a sister here. Your mom's here.
I have 4 sisters and 1
Four
brother.
sisters. They're all here.
Three sisters and 1 brother are here.
Okay.
1 lives in Washington.
Okay. Singapore. That's what we didn't know.
That's what you
What
didn't
else?
know.
You got anything else?
Well, I have a couple jobs too, other than real estate.
Okay, well, what's
we
your other
talked about
job? Sure.
Southwest.
Right. You got one other job you do.
And then I do have a small little painting business hobby on the side,
Okay.
which it actually did come from real estate because when I started selling people's houses and the market got a little low, we're like, what can we do, to improve things? Well, let's change that red wall. So, hey, well, just let me paint it. Then it turned
That's
into,
great.
can you paint a bedroom? Can you paint a living room? And then here I am getting text messages of painting whole houses and cabinets and
And does a lot of
doors.
that business just come within the brokerage?
it does actually.
That's interesting how that works. Yeah, once your name gets out there, it's people don't like to look any
Yeah.
further than what's in front of them.
Yeah, which has been great. Yeah.
Yeah, well, good.
Word of mouth.
All right.
It's the best marketing tool you can have.
I agree. Well, anything else you want to share?
I would like to ask you a question.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Where would you like to see this brokerage go in? What direction would you like it to go in?
I wanted to. It has grown a little faster than I'd hoped it to, or had wanted it to, because I wanted it always to be a brokerage that was, we started with 4, went to 6, went to 8. I always want to make sure those 8 are good to go. Then we got 2 more; those 10 are good to go. Then, and move it up. And then it got a little bit, when Berkshire went to. They changed anyway. We got about 15 people from them, and it was a little bit scary for me because I didn't feel like I had a grasp over it. But we figured it out, and so we've continued to grow. So I don't know. I think if we can, the people that are here now, if they are taken care of, their needs are met, the phones are being answered, then bring more people on. But if we can't take care of the people that we have now, then I don't want to grow. So we've done no recruiting really, other than, or I have not done any of the recruiting. A lot of it was just in-house where you met somebody and you said, come talk to Richard or whoever. That's mostly how we've grown, or people we've just known in the past. So I don't know. I think we could always do better, but I'm happy with it. I feel like
So is quality more important than quantity?
Yeah. It's a lot more livable. If that makes sense. I can't imagine just being willy-nilly and just people just screwing up left and right and nobody's fixing it. It just keeps happening over and over and over again. We don't have much of that here. When we do, we deal with it. So yeah, I would like to grow, but I don't want to grow at the cost of the other agents that are here and them not being able to, to have their needs met. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah. No, I don't know how it would be overwhelming. And plus, I feel like with Karen and Otis and Lisa, it's we've got a pretty good thing going. We're friends. We banter. We have we don't really have issues. We're just four different people having four completely different lives that like each other, and that I think we like each other. I like them, so I don't know what they say. So
They say good things about you.
yeah, no, I figured they did. So I think I'd hear about it. But anyway, yeah, no, I appreciate that. But
No, I think you do have a good thing going. And I think you're humble enough to always remember that quality is better than quantity.
yeah,
And that's why I stay here.
right.
Because I do feel like that each person that works here, is your friend, and you would do anything for them, and you're always willing to be there for real estate advice. And
Right.
same with Karen and Otis. And I mean, if we need anything in general.
That's good.
So I do appreciate that.
That's
Appreciate all you do
important.
for us.
Right. No, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. All right. We'll see you next week.